Hello, ladies and gents, my 1v1me fam. You are back again with your Uncle HK, aka Homie Kirk, or as some people might want to call me, Kirkus McGurkus. All right, look, what's good, my 1v1me fam? We are back again with another unique video. Look. Now, I know you see a lot of these 1v1me guards, hawking the tools, playing in a lot of these tools matchups for bread. But look, this video right here is going to be for my ladies and gents and my 1v1me fam that be watching a lot of these 1v1me partners in the 2v2 myplayer league and wondering, how can I get into this? Where do I need to start to be like that, to start hooping like that? Well, first you need to build for it. All right, and we're with one of the top guards in the 1v1me 2v2 league, LeBlix. He's going to show us how to make the best tools guard build for somebody with no cap breakers just starting out, and somebody with at least 14 cap breakers or 10 cap breakers who have hit veteran too. Make sure to go follow 1v1me at 1v1me or at 1v1me app on all social media platforms. And let's get into this video with Blix. He's gonna teach us how to make this guard build for beginners. All right, Blix, if I didn't know what to do, what would I do to make a guard build starting from scratch if I had no cap breakers?
So no cap breakers, man. What you want to do is you want to make a 6'1"
Okay.
point guard with 6'2" arms.
Does it matter if you go right hand or left hand? What do you prefer?
That's personal preference. Me, I'm a lefty type of shooter on 2K.
Okay.
I like left hand on 2K. Yeah, I choose left hand.
All right.
Then 6'1".
Okay.
You want to do 6'2" arms.
6'2" arms. The weight
and then
matter?
you want to do 184 pounds for your weight. Now, getting into this build, if you were to go 99 3-pointer, which everybody wants for the legend badges in the game, it would be very hard to do so with no cap breakers. So we will be settling for 96 3-pointer.
96.
As you can see, as you upgrade, you start to get all of your badges, Hall of Fame, except for Minis Marksman. But when you upgrade your battle pass, you get a max +1. And if you want to, you can get that Hall of Fame. So for now, you have all Hall of Fame shooting badges. Also, what we're going to do in shooting is we're going to upgrade our mid-range to a 90. So you can shoot the mid-range at a consistent rate. If you're playing park or theater with your friends or rec, you can shoot the midi at a consistent rate.
Is there a big difference between an 85 and a 90 midi?
Yes. 85 to 90 is a big difference. 2K Labs have also demonstrated that the green window is pretty much bigger when you go to 90, and it doesn't cost that much in cap breakers. I mean in attributes, so it doesn't hurt to go and get 90.
Okay.
What else we're gonna do here is we're gonna upgrade our speed with ball to start off to a 91.
Okay, and why do I go 91?
This is gonna unlock lightning launch, Hall of Fame, and you could potentially, like I said, with the max +1, you got a lot of options. You can put that on legend, and it's basically speed booster. Makes you run as fast as possible on the court, and as a guard, you want to be able to move pretty quickly. You don't want to be slow. You want to move quick as a guard. And everything else, we're going to keep the same because this is basically for twos purposes. As you guys know, we're a twos league for now. So 86 ball handle is very viable. As you guys know, people like Chad Benz, UDF, and Takeover, some top guards, they all use low ball handle. They all work with low ball handle. So if they can do it, you guys can too. It's a very simple way to use it. You guys can watch some of their film and take some tips and tricks from them. Now going into defense, since you're 6'1", you're going to want to have a 91 steal. You want to have a 91 steal.
Oh, I'll do perimeter.
91 steal.
Wait, I have a quick question though. Is there a big difference between 86 ball handle and 91 ball handle? Like, why would I need to go 80? I mean, 91.
On a smaller player, it is essential that you have 91. Since next gen has came out, taller players move faster. They cover more ground with lower ball handle. It's just how the game works. And smaller players need more ball handle to cover more ground because they're smaller. So I guess it kind of makes sense. Bigger players can take bigger steps. And smaller players take smaller, quicker steps. So yes, when you're smaller, you do want to have a 91 speed with ball minimum on any build, 6'4" and under.
And why wouldn't I try to push it to 94 for the legend?
So since you're no cap breakers, pushing it to 94 wouldn't be ideal because it costs an awful lot, and you won't be able to get the other stuff that we're gonna add into this build. So I would just keep it at 91 because you can always use your max +1 that you get from the 2K Battle Pass to upgrade this build to 90. To upgrade the badge to legend lightning launch.
Okay, makes sense.
So,
all right.
As I was saying on defense, you want your 91 still. You want to be able to get in someone's jersey, quote unquote, pluck the ball off them, blitz. Also, you can play a lane here or there if someone throws a bad pass. So you have both defensive badges for stealing lanes and stealing on ball gold, which is really really good. It's what I use on all my builds. Um, if you want to go higher, you could, but there is truly no need to. These work perfectly fine as long as you're playing good defense. Now perimeter defense, you're gonna want to do 92.
Okay.
So now you see you have every defensive badge, either gold or Hall of Fame. You have Hall of Fame off ball pass, that would be your only Hall of Fame defensive badge. But now you have every single defensive badge gold, and that is really, really good. Challenger, on ball menace, and pick dodger, they're all gold, including your steal, which is glove and interceptor, and those are all gold. So this is a really good standard for a guard to have if you're going to be playing a twos court, because you're more than likely going to be playing against other guards around your height, or even guards who are somewhat taller, and you have the defense to contest your shots. You also have the defense to pluck the ball off them because their ball handle is low as well. Now, just to go back real quick, some of you might question the 61 pass sec. I watch guards in our wagers throw some crazy passes with low pass sec, and 2K has just been like this, where low pass sec is very viable. So you don't have to worry about low pass sec. I don't go over 65, and I have 19 cap breakers myself. So that just goes to show that it doesn't really matter. I just want to cover that real quick. Now you want to go to your speed and agility area.
Okay.
You're gonna want to do 88 agility.
Oh, 88 agility.
88 agility, and they're gonna do 92 speed. Now, as you're upgrading 92 speed, you see that slippery off ball goes to Hall of Fame. Now, one of the most important parts of the game is getting easy buckets. Indexing is the easiest way to get a catch and shoot bucket off. As you guys see, everyone on the app or competitively, they dex around the court trying to get catch and shoots, and it works really, really good. It happens an awful lot. So you want to have that badge at least Hall of Fame. And like I said, with your Max Plus One, you can get that badge to Legend if you put it in the Max Plus One Tier 2.
Now
this build is...
could you explain to me what a dex is for some people who don't know?
Now, a dex is when you run one way. Let's say I'm running to my right, and then I double tap my RT or R2 button on my controller, double tap it, and instantly go back the other way, and I get a huge speed boost, a really, really fast speed boost, and it loses the defender if they're caught sleeping.
Okay.
So it's really, really good. It's really fast.
Okay.
Now, for the rest of this build, since you are 6'1", what I like to do on shorter builds like this, I like to max out my interior defense, just in case somebody wants to play bully ball on you. You know, you have at least a chance down there, and I max out the block as well. And then with the last attribute, you guys might be like, why no dunk? Why no standing dunk? One, you're 6'1", so dunking isn't going to be a big thing in your game. And two, this is a twos build, like I said, for twos players, guys that want to get into the twos court. You can also use this build in rec. And in the rec, you don't truly dunk an awful lot if you have a big 7-footer center setting screens for you. You would rather front freight the midi. Now with the rest of these attributes, I will go ahead and upgrade free throw. I'm not sure it would be a lot, but upgrading your free throw is pretty good. Yeah, so you can get your free throw up really,
you guys
really
should
high.
put a little on my pass or just all the way up on my free.
Yeah, actually we can do some pass act if you guys are still, you know, I would go 70, I would go 80 free throw. Okay. And then the rest on the pass act. Okay, and that's perfect. So now you get break start. So let's just say you come down with a rebound in the rec, you could throw your break starter pass, and it will complete to your center or to whoever's down the court on the fast break. And this is the complete build for nobody with cap breakers, you know.
Okay.
Where
would you put that? Where would you put the extra right here that I have on free throw?
Yeah, I would go back to free throw. Honestly, you know, you can't go wrong. So you end off with a pretty high free throw to knock down your free throws and be pretty consistent. And yeah, this build would be pretty good for someone with no cap breakers.
Now we also are going to get into the V2 version of this build. You know, the V2 version of this build. And let's see what that would look like.
Now, Veteran 2, you have a lot more capability. If you're Veteran 2, you more than likely have all 14 available cap breakers to you at the current moment. So what I would like to do is I would like to go 6'2". You know, you get an extra inch of height. I would go 6'3" arms.
Now, do you feel like, what's the difference between 6'1", 6'2", and 6'4"? Like, what's your favorite?
My favorite is 6'4", obviously because it's taller, so you get the ability to shoot over people more, quote unquote. Your arms are also longer, so you get to contest shots more, play lanes more. 6'4" is better, but it is hard to replicate a really good 6'4" Veteran 2 build. I use 6'4" at Veteran 2. It was viable, but I like 6'2" more at Veteran 2, if that makes sense. Yeah. When you get Legend and above and beyond like that, I would say go 6'4", because you can basically make the same build here at Legend 6'4". But for the meantime, you want to go 6'2", 6'3" arms. And then you want to do 183 pounds.
180. Okay.
Yes. So once again, this build won't have dunk. This is a twos meta build more so. So we're gonna go right into the shooting. You want to start off with a 92 mid-range.
Okay, so a little higher than the last build.
Yes. So you already have a higher mid-range than before. And if you guys didn't know, when you upgrade builds, when you get taller, you lose more attributes. It's harder to upgrade builds when they're taller. The taller you go, the less attributes you get total from just 2K in general. So I want you guys to pay attention where the cap breakers are gonna go. So now you want to do 94 3-pointer. Now no worries, you guys might be like, we had 96 before. What we're gonna do is you have 14 cap breakers. Now cap breakers allow you to use extra cap breakers. That's literally what it is. It allows you to go over your max that you upgraded your build to originally. So when you first upgrade your build, you'll have 94 3-pointer, but you'll use 5 to get to 99.
Okay.
So you'll have all legend shooting badges. You will also use 3 cap breakers on mid-range to have 95 mid-range. So you'll be a very elite mid-range shooter, a very elite 3-point shooter, having all legend badges, being able to shoot anywhere on the court.
Now is the gap from 90 to 95 mid-range as big as the gap from 80 to 85 to 90?
Once again, that is another big gap. 2K Labs, they do a really good job of showing pie charts and stuff like that. Also content creators, they do tests and stuff like that, and it is proven that 95 is better than 90 in a big margin. 94 is also really good, but 95 is where it's at. That's like the best you can get without having to go 99.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot. Now we're gonna go into the ball handle. Let's go 90 ball handle here.
Oh, 90 this. Oh, okay.
Yes.
A big jump.
So like I said, this is a veteran 2 build, so you have a little bit more leeway. And this is me personally. I like the dribble move, the signature size up Steve Francis. It's the best move in the game in my opinion. It gives you the leeway to cook defenders. It gives you the leeway to get open very fast, and I really do like having Steve Francis. Now, like I said before, Drew, Chad Benz, and Takeover, they don't use it, even though they're legends, veteran 2s. That's just their playstyle. Now you can make this build here and take the ball handle down, but we're not gonna do that because this is what I like the most, and this is what I think would be the easiest to use for a newcomer with a new veteran account, or someone who just hit veteran, or any veteran in general.
Okay.
So we're gonna put the speed ball once again to 91. Like I said, it's mandatory to have 91 speed with ball. Always need 91 speed with ball.
Oh, speed with ball. Speed with ball, 91.
Speed with ball, always 91. Like I said, when you get your max +1 tier 1, that's what I use mine on to make it legend lightning launch. And as you guys can see, you have the 65 pass sec, so you don't really have to worry about pass sec. I wouldn't go any higher whatsoever. I would never go higher than this unless I was ISOing, and it would be only to 71. You can go ask any of your main ISO guards. You got Young Dirk, RC on 2K, and dribbling. I'm pretty sure they all use 71. But on these 2s guards with Steve Francis, I use 65. It works really, really good. Now here on defense, your 6'2 with 6'3 arms, so you have a little bit more leeway. We're gonna go 91 perimeter defense here instead of 92. Now you miss out on challenger being gold, but silver and gold aren't that big of a gap, especially when you get taller and longer arms. So your height and the arms make up for the silver badge, if that makes sense. You still get the other 2 badges gold, and I feel like those badges matter a tad bit more than challenger because the game's contest system is already flawed. So they'll shoot opens even if you have legend, challenger, silver, gold, bronze, regardless. But the other 2 badges really help you in game. Now, once again, 91 steel will always work the best. It's the best you can have. Of course, 99 is better, but 91 is what you want at least.
Okay.
I'm not a guy that likes 96, 94, or 85 or 99. I like 91. It's the middle. I get everything gold, and I get plucks, and I also get lane steals. So we're gonna go to our speed. You're gonna want to go 91 speed here. Now you guys may be like, my other build was faster. Just give me 1 second. Let me get to it. I'm gonna explain everything with the cap breakers at the very end here. Agility, you're gonna want to do 88 agility.
Hold on, something's wrong somewhere. I think I took the ball handle up. This one up.
Put the layup down one.
I'll lay up down. Okay.
Yes. Wait a minute. Okay. Now we have our 88 agility, as you guys can see. So you guys look at this build and be like, I have higher 3-pointer on my other build. I have higher speed on my other build. Do I really care about ball handle that much? Now with 14 cap breakers, so we're gonna go from top to bottom. You're gonna start off with 3 to get you a 95 mid range. So you already have a higher mid range by 5 before the last build with no cap breakers.
Okay, so
So
3.
that's
I would
3.
put my 3 on mid range. Okay.
3. So that's 3 out of 14. Then we go to 3-pointer. We put 5.
Okay.
We make that 5, and that would become 8 out of 14 with 99 3-pointer, and that would give you every single shooting badge legend.
Okay.
Next, we go to ball handle. We put 5 here to get Steve Francis as it unlocks at 95 ball handle. You need 95 ball handle. Also, you will get Handles for Days Hall of Fame. You'll get Ankle Assassin Hall of Fame, and you would also get Unpluckable Gold. So you'll be really hard to stop when you combo up your moves and learn your moves. It'll be very hard to stop. Now, lastly, you have 1 cap breaker left because we used 3, then we used 5, that made that 8, and then we used 5 again, that made that 13. You have 1 left, 13 out of 14. That will go on your speed. Now, as you see, when you go on speed, you see that Slippery Off Ball is not Hall of Fame, but when you get 92 speed, you get that badge Hall of Fame. And as I mentioned before, Slippery Off Ball Hall of Fame going up to Legend in your Max Plus 1 is very, very, very viable. You really want to have that. You really want to be able to deck smoothly and get your open catch and shoot. When you double tap your R2 or RT, going from right to left or left to right, it gives you a huge speed boost, and that unlocks that. So just to go over one more time, 3 on mid range, that's 3
here.
5 on 3-pointer, that's 8. 5 on ball handle, that's 13. And then 1 on speed, that's 92 speed. And that's going to be this Vet 2 Plus build here.
Okay.
And that's it. But the rest of these cap breakers, if you like free throw, if you guys really want to play some rec, I would upgrade some free throw to a 72, and that's not bad. And then the rest I would do on block, and I would max out the build here.
Now, so if I wanted to use this build, could I use it on the 3s or just the 2s?
Yes.
I could use it on the 3s too?
You can use this build on the 3s. You guys still might be thinking about the 65 pass in your head, but I am certain I use 65 pass on the 3s. And you also have the best dribble move for 3s. 86 ball handle, which is the no cap breakers, is not viable for 3s against a comp scenery. You could use it maybe in the theater, but you will still struggle. If you guys want to be elite on the 3s, you need to have 95 ball handle. You need the Steve Francis signature size up. It is very, very elite. It creates a lot of space. It's very quick. It's a simple left to right, just like old 2Ks. So yes, you can use the build on the 3s.
All right, thank you, Blix. Thank you. I needed these 2 builds to get out there and go crazy in the stage.
Yes, sir, Kirk. Yes, sir.
All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Blix came on, showed us how to make the best tools guard build for beginners, one with cap breakers, one with no cap breakers. All right, y'all, shout out to Blix. He showed us how to make the best tools guard build for my beginners that want to get into playing tools, want to get into playing 2K competitively on tools, but needed a build. And you know, we got 2 options, one with no cap breakers for anybody starting out, and one with a lot of cap breakers, just like Blix has on his build, or maybe I have on my build, or anybody else that hawks the game. All right, make sure to follow 1v1 me on Twitch at 1v1 me app on Twitch so you never miss a live stream. Go download the 1v1 me app and get to staking. Appreciate and love every single one of y'all. As being your boy, everybody's favorite uncle on YouTube in the 1v1 me community, your Uncle HK, aka Homie Kurt. I'm out.